Good afternoon, everybody from the Magic Kingdom. Today, Nicole and I are coming over here to check out the Country Bear Jamboree and celebrate a little bit of National Dole Whip Day. One big thing I do want to let you know is I have never seen the original Country Bear Jamboree, but I have Nicole here with me and she has, so we'll kind of have two different perspectives on the show. I haven't really seen too much on it so far, so at this point we're going to give you some fresh new eyes on this brand new show. Hopefully it's a lot of fun. I did hear that they're kind of putting in new music versus kind of like their own classic music or whatever it is. So I don't know. I'm excited to actually see it. Typically there's not too long of a wait, but either way, it is a hot one today. So let's stay nice and cool and have a nice Magic Kingdom kind of day. We have some nice blue skies as we do have the Walt Disney World Railroad right in front of us here up front. And it is, again, very hot, but again, we do have nice blue skies. We've been just having so many storms recently. It's nice to maybe get away from it for a little bit. Interestingly enough, today it is about 4 o'clock right now, and Tron does not have a virtual queue available. The last few times we've been here to Magic Kingdom, I continue to see it available basically to like 5, 6 o'clock, and then the second drop ends up coming through, or the third drop rather, ends up coming through, and haven't seen it yet today in the afternoon. So it does look like it kind of sold out. However, it doesn't seem like it's too busy. I'll show you Main Street right now. Looks pretty open. So this is Main Street right up front here. Again, doesn't look very busy. I was looking at the lines, doesn't look too bad right now. So I think we'll be able to get on to Country Bear no problem. Walking through here, I can see a new Loungefly. Kind of basic, but kind of fun as well. Looks like we have some different colored versions of the castle here and some of your classic Mickey Mouse characters. So some fun ones like Goofy, Pluto, Minnie, and Mickey all on the front. Oh, and Donald. We do have an Inside Out 2 section in here. We have some little plushes. New arrivals just in. Looks like we only have 2 of the characters though. And like, so is this Anxiety? Or no?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, wait a minute. I was gonna say, isn't Anxiety, this is Anxiety, right? The orange one?
Orange one. Oh,
yeah.
It's a girl.
So, well, they've at least started to put some merch out. As we head over towards Country Bear, it is a 104 real feel today, by the way. Not much wind either. Sometimes, like if it's really hot, at least the wind will help you out. Not today. They also have the Critter Co-op open now, I believe. So we'll check that out here afterward. But I think, oh look, they're doing their meet and greets out here. As we head up to the Country Bear Jamboree, Nicole, you have done it, you've seen it.
I saw it once last summer.
Yes.
And it wasn't my favorite thing in the park to do.
That's fair. What are you hoping for changes? You know, you've only done it once, to be fair, so I get that. But what would you like to see?
Maybe something I recognize. Like I feel like I've never seen Country Bear, sorry. So like the songs they sing, I don't know if they're from the movie, but everything just felt so random to me. So I would like it to not feel so random.
Is it a movie?
Yeah, Country Bear is the movie, I think, right?
I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know anything about the Country Bears. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know anything about the Country Bear musical jamboree or anything. Every time I walk by it, I just kind of cruise. Oh, it is a movie. Okay.
2002. It's a comedy musical.
But so did that come out after this though? Actually, I feel like I've seen that now that I'm looking at the images. But yeah, I feel like that came out after this because I feel like this ride is super old. I don't know. Let's just go ride it. Or I guess watch it. Looking at some of the decoration in here, I believe this was up before. I did come into this lobby because she did it with her friend and they were waiting in here, so I never ended up actually doing it.
Why didn't you end up staying?
I think I had to go or I was doing something. Yeah, I don't remember, but never ended up doing it in there. Let's see what we've got down here. I don't remember what was actually in these displays. But overall, I guess my first impressions are that it's nice in here. The AC is pretty nice. We have some posters all over the place, which is always a nice little touch. They are doing some announcements right now, but it's kind of fun. We have like little photos over here, posters. One of these, like, this reminds me of, like, what do they call them? Like the Girl Scouts and like their like little badges. Yeah. And we have a guitar. Big belt buckle, it looks like. Is it? Is that what this all is? Oh yeah, okay. So there's like little like things on the like little like plaques there telling you what it's all about. Now again, some nice AC in here, so I can at least appreciate that. I feel like it wasn't really AC'd last time, so I don't know if that's changed or if I just didn't notice it. Now before we actually do go in and watch this show, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn that little bell notification on so you are informed anytime we release new content like this or anything in the future. Either way, I don't know our timeline here. I'm hoping it's not too long. They made that little announcement, so I assume not too much longer. So Nicole's looking right now. 1983 is when this originally opened. And the movie was, yeah, 2002. I was gonna say, I remember seeing the movie after looking at some of the photos. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because I just remember it, but I didn't realize that was actually this ride. Funny how that all works. Again, I don't know. I never thought this was something crazy. People absolutely love this attraction. And I feel like at this point now I get to kind of have a fresh look on it. So again, we kind of have my fresh look as somebody that's never done it, somebody that's recently done it and feels like, you know, whatever. And then you guys can ultimately be the ones to decide whether or not you feel it's better, worse, or just indifferent. Nicole has a Brave bag, and it does have bears on it. We have one there. We've got a few over here, so kind of fitting, right? Oh, and on the inside, look at that. So we kind of have bears going, and then I also have Baymax here, so I guess it's kind of like a big fluffy bear, but not really at the same time. Also, I'm like sweating like crazy right now.
Sorry. Okay, everybody, now we're ready to start. Give us a little intro there, Gomer. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the one and only original country band musical jamboree. It's a country band musical jamboree. These slapping toe tapping jubilee.
I messed up tonight. I lost a little fight. Lost in myself, but I will start again.
There you see her, sitting there across the way. Sha-la-la-la-la, ain't that sad? Ain't it a shame? Too bad you gonna miss the girl.
Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide that now I'm in a whole new world with you?
Everyone's a bit of a fixer-upper, that's what it's all about. Raise yourself and round the top. Everyone's a bit of a fixer-upper. I had to say goodbye. Remember me. Just don't let it make you cry.
Now, how about we do one of my favorites? You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Hi, Sammy. You've got problems. I got it too.
Try to fear, but when necessities of life will come to you, they'll come to you.
The doors on your right. What do you say, Sammy?
I say, y'all come back, yeah?
So Nicole and I have not talked yet about the show. We just got out, but I do want to say I think it was really good. In all honesty, I think it was fun. I think every single song that they did, but there was one song I was a little hesitant on whether or not I knew it. But overall, I think that's a lot of fun. I think you have some AC in there. I feel like people are cheering. We knew the songs. I don't know, I have heard that like before it kind of sounded like the Bears were singing. This definitely just sounds like they clicked like a soundtrack and it went, so I guess that would be a fault, but I don't really care that much. At the end of the day, it's some fun songs, they put on a little show, it's some time out of the sun, especially when it's 104 degrees out here. Honestly, I think that was really good, and I think if people knew that it changed and it was like a nice little kind of getaway that had some fun music, I think more people would be doing this, because I do think, especially for the little ones, I think that's a great opportunity for them to just go hang out, and you get them out of the sun again, you get them out of the heat, and again, the music is good. It's all like kind of those fun classic stuff. I feel like you have some like the old music, some of the newer music. I think it just does a good job of pulling it all together. Honestly, I think this is a win for Disney. And I know people probably are gonna have their conflicts with it because people probably loved the Country Bears before, but I think it was fun. And I didn't have anything to compare it to. I didn't have this crazy attachment. So yeah, that's a win. I like this. Let's go ahead and get Nicole's review.
So I only did it once last year, and like last year I didn't know anything going on in the show. Like the songs are random, it was kind of slow to me, it was a little boring. So this was a lot better, but like Dillon said, because all of the music the Bears are singing are from Disney movies. So I heard stuff from like Aladdin, I heard stuff from Little Mermaid, I heard something from Frozen. Every single song I knew, to the point where like I was clapping and I'm like, it's an animatronic, what am I clapping for? But it was enjoyable. But on the other hand, I have a couple of friends who are like major Country Bear fans. Like they love this attraction. So I think to somebody who loved this attraction, the replacement's gonna be a little bit harder for them. Where like, I liked it, but I definitely think they might not love it too much.
How's it going? We just finished your
We liked your new show.
It was so good.
Yeah, you guys are so good up there. So much fun. So thank you. So I really enjoyed it because, like, as we've talked about, I don't have Disney experience prior to moving down here. So the old show was just like, what is this, and boring, where I really enjoyed this one. But if you are a Country Bear fan, you might not be happy with the changes. I am, though.
Well, there you go. There is our review on Country Bear Jamboree, as we have Tiana's going down behind us. We unfortunately can't go on the ride because it is virtual queue, something that I am very disappointed about, because I feel like today is the perfect day to go on a nice water ride. But you know, maybe in time it'll get off of the virtual queue reservation system. Either way, again, really fun show. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If it was something that you didn't care for in the past, I feel like now is the best time to go retry it, now that it has some, like, you know, music that you might enjoy. I think that's a huge plus. In my opinion, I feel like bringing that to the park is something that is positive, just because I feel like nobody really did Country Bears unless you were already into Country Bears. It wasn't getting that new crowd. This is something that I could see bringing in a new crowd. It is something that's fun. So either way, a lot of fun. Let's go check the Critter Co-op really quick now, because that is now open. I think there's a few pieces of merchandise too for the Country Bears. I don't totally know if it's gonna be here or at the front of the park, but we'll check nonetheless when we head over here.
As we were walking out of the show, I heard a couple people around us talking about how they were like pleasantly surprised about how much they liked that show. So I do truly feel like updating the song made a nice difference, because the animatronics weren't any different. It was all music.
So the animatronics all were the same?
Yeah, like
From
I
the
remember
first
her
one?
coming out of the ceiling. I remember like the three little like.
Did his
Bears.
thing smoke the first time too? Like when he's playing
I
the fiddle?
don't remember that, to be honest.
Okay. So I was gonna say, I feel like there was a malfunction of that just like not long ago, and I think they had to get like evacuated because it wouldn't stop smoking.
Really?
Yeah, so I didn't know if that was new or just, you know, a random kind of issue.
kinda
Either
funny.
way, let's head over here to the Critter Co-op. Now I think a lot of the merch in here will be for Tiana's. Yeah, we've actually seen quite a bit of this here, but I will see if we could find the Country Bear Jamboree.
That's cute.
It is. Was that around the first day?
I don't recognize this.
I like that all of the food items are a little bit better displayed. I feel like in the Emporium they were a little goofy, just kind of like riddled throughout. Now they've got a whole like cooking section here, and behind us was kind of like some snacks and things like that. Even over on the wall it looks like they have some stuff here, and then even more, all cookingware. So they kind of organized it again just a little bit better. Now I did see a shirt at the front of the park, so when we head back up that way, we'll go ahead and take a look at it if I don't see it in here. I think this is all Tiana's at this point. Yeah, I think so. Oh, this is cool. So we can finally see what these look like. So we saw them on opening day, that you have these little fireflies in a jar here. But it says right here that your firefly lights up by pushing the button on his back, which allows him to interact with other fireflies. So I think if there's a few of you guys around, it'll ultimately kind of light up, I guess, or maybe they blink in unison. I don't really know, but this is, I think, how it's ultimately like meant to look. I'm trying to see if they're synced. I don't think they are. Maybe they just kind of do it at the same time. I don't really know. but a fun little display here nonetheless. Now we've covered all of the merch and everything with Tiana's, so if you guys haven't yet, feel free to check that video out. But at this point, I don't think anything in here is anything we have not seen. Well, if you guys know what the LA2352 or anything has to deal with, I'm assuming it's Louisiana. Is that her address? Is that, you guys know? Let me know in the comments if you guys know what those numbers are for, because it's got to be some sort of something here. It's not just a gumbo with a random license plate in it. There's one up there too. I think the glare's kind of taking over, but that one's LA2371975, 1975? Now again, the theming in here is actually kind of nice. So we have like the live music here with some of the hanging decor. Up there you can see kind of like the Bayou swampy feels, and even along the edge there you can see some design work that kind of just like brings this place together. So it is actually well themed in here, but again, nothing new, so I don't want to like be showing you all the merch that we've already covered, but the theming itself is actually pretty nice. I don't remember the mist being there. Maybe it goes so fast that it doesn't have enough time to like build up, but it looks like it is currently down. I haven't heard them or seen them coming through, and I see some boats over there, so an unfortunate stop again. Yeah, all the way back there, if you guys can see, we have some stopped empty boats. It is unfortunate that this ride is just not as consistent as it could be, but again, I'm glad that it at least seems to be a little bit better than what the previews were, because I feel like that was like horrible. I do feel like it still goes down a few times a day, but at least they're getting people on and off. As we come over here to grab some Dole Whip to celebrate National Dole Whip Day, the one day you were here was so hot that the asphalt melted to, was it?
It was my popcorn bucket.
Oh, there it is.
And my shorts. We were sitting on the ground watching the parade, like with the dragon, the 3 o'clock one. And like the tar started to melt. I mean, that's tar.
That's crazy.
I thought I sat in like bird poop. I'm like, no, like it's tar. It was stinky.
That's crazy. Yeah, so be careful, by the way, if you guys are sitting on the hot pavement, it could potentially melt and get on your clothes or your merchandise. Now, to celebrate National Dole Whip Day, we went ahead and picked up a Dole Whip here from, this is the Sunshine Tree Terrace, right? That's the proper name. And then I think it's like Aloha Isle is the one over on the corner. We were just pointing out, it does seem like you get a little bit more at the other one. And we always get the pineapple, so we thought let's try a different flavor. We couldn't determine between the orange and the strawberry, so we just did both.
Orange first.
All right, have at it.
All right. I love orange sherbet, so let's see if it's like that.
I was gonna say, I feel like I don't know if I've ever had non-pineapple, so.
That's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Back in my hometown in Chicago, they actually offered like their versions of Dole Whips, and they would have different flavors like every week. So they would do pineapple sometimes and different flavors, but it never tasted quite like it would at like a theme park. But
I didn't know that Disney didn't own Dole Whip until we moved down here. So, oops. So I thought like the Dole Whip at the ice cream place you're talking about was like fake Dole Whip. I didn't know it was real Dole Whip. To me, Dole Whip is Disney only. Both very good, but orange is better.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I think if I were to choose one of those two flavors, I was going to choose the orange, but I'm all for a swirl. So Nicole said that the orange tastes like an orange push pop, like is that Flintstones? Is that who does it? Mm-hmm. Right? But overall, that is really good. It's different. Sometimes I do feel like the pineapple one can feel a little sugary, and I pointed this out. So we got one from Universal, and I felt like the one here was almost a little too sweet if you wanted something that's, you know, just like a nice little ice cream base. However, I feel like it is still a better one between the two. But this is nice because this just feels like refreshing. It's like a fruity freshness to it. Now, when you are out here in the heat, you do need to make sure to kind of either come to the shade or get ready to eat it pretty quick, because it is just like melting. Every layer that we take off, it just starts to drip. And there was one day I was here with family, and we had them right around the corner, and we picked up like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them, and it was just like dripping everywhere, so messy. And that was, I feel like in like April, right? Maybe, or I don't know, March. It was earlier, and it wasn't even as hot as it is now, and it still will drip, so you need to be careful. It was November.
Yeah, that was the family, right? For the second birthday?
It was, yep.
Yeah.
So November, so I feel like that's not like the hottest time of the year by any means, and it was still melting like crazy. Just a little final note on that. Yeah, I am very sweaty, by the way. The gray is doing me dirty, but that's okay. I would say that was more similar to like an actual fruit-flavored soft serve, where I feel like normal Dole Whip is its own category. I don't know how to really explain it. There is just something super unique about it that I think just kind of lends itself to be more I don't know, like it feels like it melts a little quicker, it feels a little lighter. Like at the end of the day, that was less sweet, but it was also heavier. So it's kind of a unique kind of give and take. It's a nice flavor difference, in my opinion. I don't know, I liked it a lot. I would recommend it. It's not your normal Dole Whip, but at least we had Dole Whip for National Dole Whip Day. Now, as I mentioned, these are the new shirts for the Country Bear Jamboree here, and they are $34.99 and let's see, $34.99 respectively. So, oh, it's all the same one. That's just the back of it. I thought it was two different shirts. So there you go. That is the front. So Country Bear Musical Jamboree, a wild and woolly good time, Magic Kingdom, and then on the back you have like this poster right there. Let's see if they had. No, I was going to see if they had any of the music that they displayed on there, but they do not. One thing I do want to mention is it is a nice quality shirt, very soft feeling, kind of like what Universal is doing. It is a nice thin material. So like I said, that is something that I've been looking forward to when it comes to the theme parks and getting shirt qualities, is having that nice thin material. It's a lot easier to wear in these summer months, especially just a lot of times it's hotter here in general. So having that kind of like lighter shirt lets you wear it year round, no problem. We finally have a little bit of shade as we are getting out of here. Also, does anybody know how you get to ride these things behind us here? It's like the little like Main Street transportation. Maybe I'll just go ask, but I feel like we just saw two families come through. The other one is down yonder over there, and then there's one behind us. So how do you guys get to do them? I've seen people do them before. You just like ask? Do they just like randomly choose you? I don't know. Either way, thanks for hanging out with us today. I do feel like it was a big win for Disney with Country Bear Jamboree. I feel like not a lot of people were doing that attraction, and I think it might take a little bit of time for kind of the word of mouth to get out that it's actually pretty fun in there. Again, I had a good time, a surprisingly good time. I don't know if I would have loved the other one. Never did it, so I don't really have that comparison. Nicole likes this one more than the other ones, but again, I think people that really did enjoy the old version may not enjoy the new one, or maybe they're okay with having some of these new and popular songs. I liked it. I think it's a good, addition to the park, or I guess refurb to the park. But like I said, I do think this is a win for Disney. I am really excited about this, and really just had a good time today and got to celebrate National Dole Whip Day. What a fun, enjoyable day here over at the Magic Kingdom. So again, thanks for hanging out. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.